Welcome back to English Podcast Online, everyone. I'm Emily, and I am so excited to be here with my amazing teacher, John, for another episode dedicated to helping you master English. John, it's great to see you again.
Thanks, Emily. It's always a pleasure. And to all our listeners, it's fantastic to connect with you. We're really passionate about helping you grow your English every single day.
Absolutely. And today we're tackling a topic that I know resonates with so many of our listeners because it's something I've struggled with myself and sometimes still do. We're going to talk about how to start speaking English without fear. It's a huge barrier for a lot of us, isn't it, John?
Oh, absolutely, Emily. It's probably one of the most common challenges I hear from my students. That feeling of hesitation, the butterflies in your stomach, or even that complete freeze when you want to say something in English. It's totally normal, and you're definitely not alone if you feel that way.
It's so reassuring to hear that it's normal. I mean, sometimes I feel like everyone else around me is speaking perfectly, and I just can't. What do you think causes that fear, John? Is it just about making mistakes?
That's a big part of it, for sure. Most of us are afraid of making mistakes because we think it makes us look silly or not smart. But it's more than just mistakes. There's also the fear of not being understood, or maybe being judged. Sometimes we compare ourselves to native speakers or even other learners who seem more fluent, and that can really knock your confidence. Plus, let's be honest, putting yourself out there in a new language feels vulnerable. It's a natural human response to want to avoid that discomfort.
You hit the nail on the head. That comparison trap is so real. So, if we know it's normal and we know why we feel it, what can we actually do to overcome this fear? Where do we even begin?
Great question. The first and most important step is to shift your mindset. You need to understand that making mistakes is not a sign of failure, it's a sign of learning. Think of a baby learning to walk. They fall down hundreds of times, but they don't stop trying because they're afraid of falling. They just get up and try again. That's the attitude we need.
That's a really helpful analogy. So, embracing mistakes, that's a big one. But how do you actually make yourself okay with making them?
Well, start by reframing it. Instead of, oh no, I made a mistake, try, okay, I said that imperfectly, now I know how to improve. See mistakes as feedback, not failures. They show you exactly where you need to focus your energy. Every mistake is a mini lesson. Plus, most people are actually very understanding and happy that you're trying to speak their language. They're more likely to offer help than judgment.
That makes sense. I remember once I tried to order a dessert, but I accidentally said desert, like the sandy place, and the waiter looked so confused. I was so embarrassed, but then he laughed and helped me. It wasn't the end of the world.
Exactly. Those are the stories you'll tell later, right? They become part of your learning journey. So, after shifting your mindset, my second tip is to start small. Don't aim for a perfect debate in English on day one. Start with simple interactions. Talk to yourself in English. Describe what you're doing. I'm making coffee. I'm reading a book. Or try simple greetings with people. Good morning. How are you? These low-stakes interactions build confidence gradually.
That's actually really smart. I've heard about talking to yourself, but I always felt a bit silly doing it. But if it's building confidence, I can see the value. What about finding people to practice with? That can be intimidating.
It can be, but it's crucial. My third piece of advice is to find a supportive environment. This could be a language exchange partner, a tutor, or an online community. The key is to find people who are also learning or who understand your situation and are patient. Look for groups specifically designed for learners. They're usually full of people just like you, all trying to improve.
Yeah, I've noticed that in our Grow Your English Daily community, everyone is so encouraging. That's definitely a safe space. Okay, so we're embracing mistakes, starting small, finding supportive people. What else can we do?
My fourth point is to focus on communication, not perfection. The main goal of language is to communicate a message, right? So if you can get your point across, even if your grammar isn't perfect or your vocabulary is limited, you've succeeded. Don't let the pursuit of perfect stop you from speaking at all. Aim for understandable, not flawless.
That's a huge relief to hear. Sometimes I get so hung up on forming the grammatically correct sentence that I just don't say anything. Focusing on being understood instead of being perfect is a really freeing idea.
Exactly. And tied to that, my fifth tip, record yourself. This might sound scary, but it's incredibly powerful. Use your phone to record short sentences or even a minute of you talking about your day. Then listen back. You'll be surprised at how much you actually understand, and you'll identify areas to improve without the pressure of a live conversation. It helps you get used to the sound of your own voice in English.
Oh, recording myself. That's a bold one. I think my initial reaction would be to cringe, but I can see how it would help you self-correct and get comfortable. I might have to try that this week.
Give it a go. It really works. Now, for my sixth piece of advice, learn common phrases and scripts. If you know you're going to a coffee shop, practice ordering a coffee in your head beforehand. Can I get a latte, please? Small size, thank you. Having these pre-prepared scripts for common situations can drastically reduce your anxiety because you already know what you're going to say. It takes some of the guesswork out of it.
Oh, that's brilliant. Like having a little cheat sheet in your head. That would definitely make me feel more prepared for things like asking for directions or making small talk with a neighbor. I always dread those unplanned conversations.
It absolutely helps. And finally, my seventh and perhaps most important tip, celebrate your small wins. Every time you say something in English, no matter how small or imperfect, acknowledge it. Pat yourself on the back. You tried, you spoke, you overcame that little bit of fear. Those small victories build up and create a positive feedback loop, which makes you want to speak even more.
That's a really helpful analogy. So celebrate small wins. I love that. It's so easy to just focus on what we didn't do perfectly, but recognizing every time we push past that fear, even for a sentence, is so important. So John, what if someone is in a situation where they just have to speak English, like at work or traveling, and they're really frozen?
For those must-speak moments, take a deep breath first. Seriously, it helps calm the nervous system. Then remember the communication over perfection rule. Use simple words, point if you need to, and don't be afraid to say, "Could you please repeat that?" or "Could you speak a little slower?" Most people will appreciate your effort. Even using "excuse me" to get someone's attention is a win.
That's really practical advice. It sounds like the overall message is just start and be kind to yourself. Don't wait until you're perfect, because that day might never come, right?
Exactly. Progress, not perfection. Every word you speak is a step forward. Every time you push past that fear, you get stronger. The more you speak, the easier it gets. It's like building a muscle. You have to use it to make it grow.
Wow, John, this has been incredibly helpful and motivating. I feel like I've got a whole new toolkit to approach my own fear of speaking. To recap for our listeners, we talked about embracing mistakes, starting small, finding supportive people, focusing on communication, not perfection, recording yourself, learning common phrases, and celebrating those small wins. That's a lot of great advice.
And remember, you've got this. We're here to support you every step of the way.
Thank you so much, John, for sharing all your wisdom today. And to all of you listening, we hope this episode inspires you to take that first step or the next step in speaking English without fear. If you found this helpful, please like this episode, leave us a comment with your biggest takeaway, share it with a friend who might need it, and of course, subscribe to Grow You English Daily so you don't miss any of our future tips. You can find us on all major podcast platforms. We love hearing from you, so let us know your journey with speaking English. Until next time, keep practicing, keep growing, and keep speaking. Bye for now.
Bye, everyone.